by Common. B is Common's 6th studio album and first under Kanye's imprint Good Music. A lot of Common's fans were upset with this album, saying he sold out. With B being one of Common's best albums, how do we feel it's aged? Here's our honest review of B by Common.
Damn, I didn't know fans said he sold out.
I didn't know that people had issues like that,
Man,
to be honest.
That's tough.
But people were upset. But Common probably was like, F those people. Anyway, Common, B. I don't know anybody personally that wasn't feeling, the transition to Kanye West being the main producer. But there probably was a little bit of backlash.
Yeah.
How you feel about this album artwork?
I mean, I love it because it's just such I don't know. When it was my first really introduction to Common, so it was just like this is Common. I don't know. That's how I could describe it. He just has that look whenever he smiles. It's just like, yeah. But I thought it was a dope cover. I mean, it's something that just seems chill, but rather inspirational at the same time. I don't know why I feel like that, but ever since I've seen the first time, that's always how I felt about it.
It's just Common looking to the side. Like there ain't really much to pull from this. Ace went way deeper than
just
it
being
needed
real.
to be.
Just being real.
It's a cool shot. It's definitely the Common shot.
There you go.
Yeah, it's the Common face. He's looking at Angela Rye right now for the first time. That's the face Common makes when he sees Angela Rye for the first time.
That's hilarious.
The flow of this album, the flow of this project is just Common just expressing, just being.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I really feel like that was kind of like a cool album name.
Yeah.
B, and then especially the way it ended with all of the kids talking about what they wanted to be.
Yeah.
And and not just that, just black people just being in general. I just got that vibe from it.
Yeah, most definitely. I got the vibe that it was just like real stories about, real people. And I felt like, he was the perfect narrator for the job.
Highlights, man. Look, highlights for this joint is it's very plentiful. I have to say.
Yeah.
So when B comes on the intro, it's typical Kanye West sample sounding beats at the time. Beautiful keys, nice sample. The drum pattern's a little off-putting, but it's kind of like boom bap at its core. The corner is super dope. I love this. When I first heard this because my homeboys were Mike and Mark, they always listen to Common.
Okay.
And I listened to a few songs, but for the most part, I didn't listen to Common that much before this came out.
Okay.
So when I heard the corner, I was just like this was my reintroduction to Common. Like, oh man, these beats, he's on better sounding beats. Like, this shit is hard, So I thought that was dope, and it was dope hearing the Last Poets on this, because when I heard them, I had to go Google them and look them up and stuff like that, because I was really interested in their work, because I was just like, man, them dudes are dope.
Okay.
Faithful, featuring John Legend and Bilal. That joint is dope. I love the sample in that joint. The sample is beautiful. I don't know where he get that from, but it sounds amazing. Testify is crazy, man. Everybody loves this song, man. Everybody remembers the video with Taraji P. Henson and Avon Barksdale.
I know
Wood Harris.
Yeah,
Wood Harris.
Wood
There you go. Love that video, man. It's super interesting. Shy City, I forgot how raw this song was until it came back on. I was just like, man, this joint is so sick. He straight destroyed that joint.
Yes.
The Food featuring Kanye West, this is one of my favorite Common songs. I love when you watch it when they did it, because they did this one on the Chappelle Show.
Yeah.
And that song is super, super fire. They Say featuring John Legend and Kanye West. I love this song. Yeah. When you listen to it now, I don't even know if the last line Kanye West said is actually even funny anymore. And his verse so crazy, I'm just gonna check myself in again.
Yeah.
It's just he might not have been lying.
Yeah, you're right.
Back then, I'd laugh because I'm like, man, that was funny, that was witty.
Yeah.
It's Your World, the outro to the joint, man. I thought that was actually dope, man.
Yeah, man. B, when I first heard that, way back when, I was just like, just the whole production and instrumentation that came off of it was just ridiculous, and I love how he flows on it, and I just really love the sound. Corner was I always heard Common, I think one of the most common songs I heard was The Light and stuff like that, but I never really took the time. Hard. I never took the time myself to listen to Common, but somehow, some way, I think, back in the day, you used to always go home, watch 106 Park or whatever like that. I saw The Corner. I'm just like, who is this? And, ever since I saw that, I was just like, who is this guy? And like, I remember having a conversation with my mom, and she was just like, oh, Common, he been around, this and that. So it was just kind of funny. And I got more into his music because of this project. So The Corner will always be just like that first song I heard when I was just like, yo, the flow and everything and how it felt so raw. The Last Poets, just how it integrated with the song so well. It was just really, really dope. Faithful will always just be a dope, chill song to me. Like, the sound is just so laid back and amazing. Testify is just raw. I can put that on repeat and listen to it over and over. Yes, the video is fire. Had an all-star cast. Really brought the song out more than if you listen to it. Love is, I really love just the meaning and everything, especially like how he tells it from both verses and everything like that. It was really, really dope. Shy City is classic. The Food, I love it just because of the vibe that it brings, and just even just watching it, it's just really, really great. Real People, I love. They Say is dope, and It's Your World was a great way to go out. It's something about Pops and his voice. It just makes you feel like somebody's trying to teach you something. So it just touches. It's really cool.
Lowlights, man. I don't really have like a lot to say. I kind of have to nitpick to, find something. Mm-hmm. But it's just like on this project, you do get your typical, somewhat common songs, I guess you can say. Mm-hmm. You get your Woman is God song. Mm-hmm. You get your love song. Like,
because we know that now. Well, I mean, I guess he was doing that before too.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like it was like a new thing. Like, Commons always kind of give you that joint, and but that's not really a negative. Like I said, I'm just nitpicking the fact that you knew that was coming somewhere on the project. Yeah. This definitely was a great album considering the project he dropped before that. Because like on the project before that, I think like one song actually worked commercially. The joint where he's looking at homegirl through the window and he's rapping to her.
Oh,
the
one
window.
with Mary J?
Yeah.
Come Close to Me?
Come Close to Me. So that song actually worked from the previous. Yeah, that song is hard. Yeah. But after that, like, he tried to go like super pop commercial. So when this album came out, it was kind of like a grounding back the center in hip hop. So, aside from the like, I know this type of song is gonna be on the project, they still ended up being good songs. So don't really have much negative to say.
Yeah, the only negative, I guess, low light I would have to say is because it took a long time for me to even like the song. Like, I don't know what it was about the song. When I first heard it, I was just like, nah, this ain't it. But I can say now, because I listen to this album like, occasionally. This is like one of the albums I come back to in common. And each time I listen to it, I admit it has warmed up to me more, but there's still something that annoys me about it. I don't know if it's Kanye, go, that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, it got the bop to it and everything like that, but there's always something that's just like, all right, skip, I can't take no more.
Facts. Let me go back to my Lowlights. Go is bad. I've always hated Go. I completely forget because I skipped it every time I listen to the album. That's how much I forget. Go is horrible. I hate Go. Yeah. And it's partially because I hate the beat. Yeah. I hate the fact that it can go. And on the count of three, go. No, it's annoying as hell. Like, she was just a bad, no. Take it off the album. Let me get a 10-track album. Go is horrible. I completely forget. I always skip that song. Like, soon as I hear the first, like, it's.
I'm glad I brought it up then.
No, it's so bad. Like, I'm just talking about as soon as the corner goes off, I just skip.
I mean, even Common's flow on it. It's
annoying.
Like, it's not. I mean, you want to be like, yo, that's dope, but after about a minute, you're like, all right, I'm good.
I remember when it came out, somebody from Chicago told me I don't get it because I ain't from Chicago. But I was just like, it don't matter where I'm from. It's still trash. Like, something can still be trash no matter where you're from.
Yeah, that's true.
Final thoughts, man. Look, this just continued to show that Common was an elite artist. This is what actually made me say, hey, you know what? Aside from those few songs that I like from Common, I'm actually going to go and listen to full albums from Common.
Right.
So I actually went back and listened to his discography because it was because of this album.
Yep.
And a lot of it had to do, me paying attention to this album had to do with Kanye West on the production end, because I always feel like if you have some dope beats and some dope lyrics, people gonna rock with it no matter what. Right. And I felt like that's what you got here: dope beats, except for Go; dope lyrics, except for Go. Yeah. So I wanted to go and check out Common. They put me on him as an artist, and I always have enjoyed and checked out his album since this point because of this album.
Most definitely, man. I felt the same way, because it's just that when I got introduced to him through this, it was just like, man, like at the time, I was just getting onto the lyrical tip. And I would say, because didn't Lupe drop in 06 with Food and Liquor? Was it 06?
It was 05, 06.
06. So, because I feel like this was when I was starting to get into like the heavy lyricism type of music and everything. Because other than that, then I was just listening to radio music and everything like that. I really wasn't delving into music, and I was always on R&B. So this was like my first jump into like really listening into hip hop. So that's why I cherish it so much, because of Common, I started checking out Talib Kweli and a whole bunch of other artists like that.
All the ruckus artists.
Yeah. So that's what I owe this album a lot to. It just really got me into that lane.
Final grade: easy, simple, check.
Yeah.
Go get to X, but the album gets a check for sure. Love this project, man. Like I usually listen to every song except for Go, hands down. And like when I'm saying I'm listening, like I'm in the zone listening. Like this is one of those zone out albums. You could work out to a couple songs on this, except for Go. You're gonna want to drop the weights. It's a good song to run with, though.
I feel like we're gonna have somebody say, "Hey, Go ain't a bad track. Y'all tripping."
Whatever, whatever. But you know, overall, man, like this made me love Common. This was the launch pad album for putting me on the Common. I feel like if I hadn't heard this, I probably would have never listened to Common.
Yeah, man, most definitely a check for me. This will always be that album that I recognize, good music off of and everything like that. And, listen to this again kind of made me reflect on, why I came to love Common as an artist, why I came to even like Kanye as a producer and everything like that. And, it just got a lot of good memories attached to it.
This is the album where you started liking Kanye as a producer?
Yeah, because I never paid attention to him before.
Really?
Never. I wasn't into hip hop during my high school years, man. I was all R&B head, man. I was the emotional light skin. Come on.
Drake wasn't out yet.
I know. I was pre-Drake.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I was on Kanye like soon as I heard the Izzo beat. I was just like, that was cool. Then the Takeover beat, I was just like,
I may have paid attention.
He didn't do Takeover.
But I was the guy
he did do Takeover.
I was the guy who never paid attention to credits, production credits.
Oh, not me.
So
that was all
me.
In the credits.
So I never knew.
So
but once I went back and I was like, oh, Kanye did this, Kanye did that, then I started acknowledging.
When that Blueprint album came out, I was just like, yo, that Never Change beat. I was just like, yo, this joint is crazy. I don't know who did this beat, but this beat is fire. Yeah. But what really sold me on it was because at the time I was trying to figure out how to sample Queen's "We Are the Champion."
Okay. So you were always
when
looking
Kanye. I always looked at the credits. So when the Dream Team album came out with Rockefeller and he did "We Are the Champions," Queen "We Are the Champions," I was just like,
you was mad, wasn't you?
Nah, I was amped because
okay.
I wouldn't have did that with it.
Okay.
What he did with it, because I didn't think of speeding it up.
Okay.
But I was just like, yo, this joint is fire. Who flipped the Queen joint? Like, that is crazy. But after that, I was like, Kanye West, like, stand for his production.
Yeah.
The Guess Who's Bazak, the Scarface joint. So, it was Kanye.